If you're looking for a clinical attachment in the UK, then you came to the right place. In this video, I'm going to talk you through all the ins and outs of completing a clinical attachment in the UK. So let's begin. Before you begin applying for a clinical attachment in the UK, you really have to weigh the pros and cons of doing one. I've made an in-depth video talking about both the advantages and disadvantages of doing a clinical attachment. Click on the video in the top right-hand corner here. But to briefly summarize, a clinical attachment essentially increases your odds of securing your first NHS job. That being said, there are no guarantees, and you might not secure a job even after you've completed one. Counterpoint, however, some trusts have a historical record for hiring their clinical attachees. So you really just have to weigh the risks and the benefits here. Now, how do you actually find a clinical attachment? There are 3 ways you can go about securing a clinical attachment. First up, you can go onto the trust website, and if they offer a structured clinical attachment program, all you have to do is fill out their application form, submit the documents, and then they'll reach out to you with further steps. Alternatively, one way you could secure a clinical attachment is by emailing an NHS consultant and asking them to be your clinical supervisor as you undertake the attachment. This is a bit more tedious because there's a lot of back and forth, and you really have to do a lot of digging in order to figure out the NHS consultant email addresses. If you would like to know how to figure out the NHS consultant email addresses, click on the video in the top right-hand corner to find out. Moreover, I've also made a video on how you should make an educational inquiry about a clinical attachment on email in the top right-hand corner again. And finally, if you have any friends or family working in the UK, perhaps they can facilitate you securing a clinical attachment. Now, once you've made the application for your clinical attachment, you're going to want to get all of your documents ready. Here's a list of documents that you're going to need for your clinical attachment. This is not an exhaustive list, and some trusts may want more or less documents. Once you actually secured the clinical attachment, how do you make the most of it? Essentially, all you have to do is be extremely enthusiastic, show you're willing to put in the hard work, and stay on everybody's good side. Try to start building an electronic portfolio by getting CBDs and mini KEXs signed off. Try to involve yourself in any local projects that might be going on, like audits. Put on your best manners, buy chocolates for the staff, and just be generally likable. Okay? Go on the round, try to show your medical knowledge, but in a sort of humble manner. Try to help out the staff as much as possible wherever you can, to the extent that you're allowed to do so. If you want me to talk in a bit more depth about what you're supposed to do on your clinical attachment, comment below what to do on a clinical attachment, and I'll get right on it. Bye for now, and I'll see you in the next one.